Have you ever wondered who the richest person in history was? Forget about the tech billionaires of today. Let's travel back in time, over 700 years ago, to the heart of West Africa. There we find a man whose wealth was so immense, it literally broke the economies of entire countries and put his empire on the world map. His name was Mansa Musa, the 10th emperor of the legendary Mali Empire, born around 1280. Musa ascended to the throne in 1312. During his incredible 25-year reign, he transformed the Mali Empire into one of the most powerful and prosperous nations the world has ever seen. His story isn't just about gold. It's a tale of power, faith, culture, and a legacy that has endured for centuries. When Mansa Musa came to power, the Mali Empire was already sitting on a goldmine. It was rich in natural resources, especially gold and salt, which were the oil and data of the medieval world. But Musa wasn't content to just sit on this wealth. He had a vision. Under his leadership, the empire expanded dramatically, stretching from the Atlantic coast all the way to the Niger River. This vast territory covered what we now know as Mali, Senegal, Gambia, Guinea, Niger, Nigeria, and Mauritania. By strategically controlling the trans-Saharan trade routes, Mansa Musa turned Mali into the economic powerhouse of Africa. Gold from his mines flowed north across the desert to North Africa, the Middle East, and even Europe. This made the Mali Empire fabulously wealthy and a major player on the global stage of the 14th century. But what truly cemented Mansa Musa's name in history was his legendary pilgrimage to Mecca in 1324. As a devout Muslim, he undertook the Hajj, a sacred journey that is a pillar of Islam. But this was no ordinary pilgrimage. Mansa Musa traveled in a style that the world had never seen before and has arguably never seen since. Imagine this, a procession of over 60,000 people, soldiers, officials, servants, and storytellers marching across the desert. Thousands of camels and horses followed, each laden with hundreds of pounds of pure gold. Everyone in his entourage was dressed in the finest Persian silk. The sight was so spectacular, so mind-boggling, that it left everyone who witnessed it completely spellbound. Word of this golden king and his incredible caravan spread like wildfire. When Mansa Musa and his entourage arrived in Cairo, Egypt, his generosity became the stuff of legend. He gave away so much gold and gifts to dignitaries, in charity to the poor, and in lavish spending that he unintentionally caused an economic crisis. The sheer amount of gold he injected into the local economy caused its value to plummet. For more than a decade after his visit, the price of gold in Egypt and the surrounding regions remained depressed. Think about that. One man had so much wealth that he could single-handedly devalue the world's most precious metal. This incredible journey did more than just showcase his wealth. It announced the Mali Empire to the rest of the world. For the first time, European mapmakers began to draw the Kingdom of Mali on their charts, often depicting its king Mansa Musa, sitting on a golden throne, holding a golden scepter and a massive gold nugget. He had literally put his kingdom on the map. After completing his pilgrimage, Mansa Musa returned to Mali not just with his entourage but with a new vision for his empire. He brought back some of the greatest minds of the Islamic world, scholars, poets, and architects from Egypt and Andalusia. He was determined to transform his capital into a center of learning and culture that would rival any city on earth. One of his most enduring projects was the construction of magnificent mosques and buildings. He commissioned the famous architect Abu Ishaq al-Sahili to design the Djinguereber Mosque in Timbuktu. This stunning example of Sahelian architecture still stands today, a testament to Musa's vision. Under his patronage, Timbuktu blossomed. It wasn't just a city of trade. It became a world-renowned center for knowledge. Mansa Musa invested heavily in education, establishing schools, libraries, and universities. The Sanka University in Timbuktu became one of the most important intellectual hubs in the world, attracting scholars and students from across Africa and the Middle East. At its peak, it housed over 25,000 students and had one of the largest libraries since the Library of Alexandria. Timbuktu became a beacon of learning, a city where ideas, culture, and commerce thrived together. But Mansa Musa's leadership wasn't just about grand projects. He was also a skilled administrator who established a system of governance that ensured peace and stability across his vast and diverse empire. His rule was known for its justice and organization. Farmers prospered, traders felt secure, and artists and craftsmen flourished under his support. He understood that true, lasting power wasn't just built on gold, but on knowledge, faith, and the unity of his people. So, just how rich was Mansa Musa? It's a question that has fascinated historians for centuries. While it's impossible to calculate his wealth precisely, some modern economists have tried. They estimate that, adjusted for inflation, his fortune would be worth over $400 billion today. That's more than any person in recorded history. But to measure his greatness in dollars alone would be to miss the point entirely. His true wealth was in his legacy, how he used his immense resources to uplift his people, promote education, and spread his faith. Mansa Musa died around 1337, leaving behind an empire at the zenith of its power and influence. While the Mali Empire eventually declined due to internal conflicts and external pressures, the legend of its greatest king has never faded. His name remains a powerful symbol of African power, culture, and civilization during the medieval era. Today, the story of Mansa Musa serves as a vital reminder of Africa's rich and glorious history, filled with powerful kings, brilliant scholars, and magnificent empires that shaped the world long before the colonial period. His life continues to inspire millions, a testament to how visionary leadership, wisdom, and faith can build a golden age of prosperity. So, the next time you hear discussions about the world's richest people, remember the story of the African king from the golden sands of Mali. Remember Mansa Musa, whose wealth was beyond imagination, and whose legacy shines even brighter than his gold. Thank you so much for watching. If you enjoyed this journey back in time, don't forget to like this video, subscribe to our channel, and hit that notification bell so you don't miss our next adventure into history. See you next time.